Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever your time zone. We have bracket stage of Super Metroid Choozo tournament. Everyone made it in the brackets, but now it's for real. It's win or you're done. We have ourselves a really good matchup today. We got Kupo versus BajaBlood. I am Leno, joined today by Tracy. Today, Tracy.
I'm doing great. Should be a fun one. We'll SM randomizer in the afternoon. We are going to play all three games. This first game is kind of a throwback to older times. We have major, minor, standard start, no boss rando. The only thing not like we are doing hard difficulty, not the hardest difficulty. So no suitless meridian. Take a few more E-tanks for hell runs, but other than that, very similar to what we used to play in the old days, and only played in the old days.
It's amazing how much the tournaments and the randomizer has evolved over the years, though, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Like we have so many more options now, and don't get me wrong. Like the old settings are great. Those are fun to play too. Just see a lot. So we've seen so much area. Game two, we get kitchen sink settings. So hold on to your hats on that one. But for now, we are gonna just have a nice, good old fashioned major minor.
Mm-hmm. And apologies for the late start, everyone. We had some slight technical issues on the back end, but we got those sorted out. The gate has been dropped. We're just waiting on things to catch up
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. I think the people watching might have noticed an issue with the hash. So we did straighten that out. We do have the correct hash now.
And for those that haven't seen Major Minor yet, there are 5 major locations in criteria that our runners will have to be concerned about. First one's
Yeah,
obviously the Morph Ball.
I'm gonna say it right now. I hate this HUD. I don't even like it for countdown, to be honest. But countdown is kind of a necessary evil because
Yep. Yep.
uh, where else are you gonna put it? But it's just not necessary in major, minor, or chozo, the other modes. So yeah, you won't be seeing it in League. I'll tell you that right now. But we'll see it. We're gonna see it here. I guess for newer players, knowing the number of majors is useful. I guess. I personally never thought about it in terms of numbers. I just said, okay, have I checked that location? Like, it didn't. The fact that I literally have never counted that there are 5 majors and criteria. Have you?
No, I have never.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm learning things today. We learned today that there are 5 major locations in criteria.
the obvious one is Morph Ball. The other one is Bombs. I think the rest of them, just based on, the
Are
Varia settings,
E-tanks.
are all E-Tanks. Yep.
Okay. What do we?
Obviously,
Okay, we're gonna get the morph ball in the ceiling.
Yep. Because so let's go over the settings real quick. You already touched on this. It's just early morph with vanilla start, so morph ball had to be here. This couldn't be like speed booster or screw attack.
Yeah, well, late morph is for SMZ3 as far as I'm concerned. The late morph seeds have been. I mean, we've seen morph balls go mode, and that's just weird in SM only because you can't progress without a morph ball. You can just do little bits and pieces of other things. It's not like SMZ3 where you can do a bunch of Link to the Past stuff. It's not like there was the old total open randomizer that actually allowed you to do 3 out of 4 bosses without a morph ball, which that becomes interesting. But you're just having to find it, and in a non-area situation, if you don't have the early morph ball, you're gonna get speed booster or screw attack early, and then you have things like gauntlet and big pink. Then you have to come all the way back. It's just not interesting. Okay, we're gonna check this miner here. Pretty standard stuff. They could do the back door and go into Green Hills. I doubt either one will, not without supers, because there's a lot of things gated by supers in Big Pink, and if you don't get supers there, then you could be in a little bit of trouble. And they could check this miner location, looking for supers. I expect they will. Just regular missiles. So we're going to be on the super hunt early. And nice Both going for the old Zos climb with the wall jumps on the left side. Sorry, on the right side.
Very classic climb.
Yep. Chat saying no one ever checks Billy Mays. There's reason for that. Even if our logical supers are there, we're probably going to run into another pack somewhere, so they'll be fine. It's pretty rare that the only supers available are Billy Mays, because it's further back in the logic. And what the Varia Randomizer does is it'll put the first power bomb in the first super pack in some location or another, and it will not put anything before that location. There's one, I think it's speedrunner settings that doesn't do that. Most of them do, and then, but Billy Mays is only blocked by that early power bomb. So, and a Spazer Beam.
Now, Spazer, this is kind of interesting because of Varia tweaks. When you pick up the item, you trigger the fight. Now, it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, another thing I absolutely hate. Like the vanilla game looks for whether you have bombs, whether to do this fight. Just the fact is the bombs are just there, and so they're always going to have bombs. So this is not how the vanilla game behaves at all.
And both of our runners just face planting it, triggering the fight. Obviously, Spazer is a good beam to have, especially early on when you don't have any other supplemental beams.
That's kind of an awful, like, it's one of those things. I mean, especially in Major Minor, where you're now basically forced to do this fight for really no reason. And of course, this becomes a vanilla fight because we don't have super missiles.
Now, we might see some route diversions early. We see Kupppo not going to check Gauntlet for the Major.
Well, we're not checking Gauntlet because we can't get out.
Oh, yeah, we only have 5 power bombs.
I mean, so unless we run into bombs or screw attack there, we're not doing all of Gauntlet. There was a runner back in the day. Wild Anacana used to swear by checking Gauntlet even if you couldn't get out. And he did okay in the tournament because he's a good player, but I don't think it was because he was checking Gauntlet early.
Kupppo not checking back into Gauntlet, which might be a little surprising.
Yeah, I wouldn't check it here either.
I might just to see if there are supers back there, knowing that intel, but otherwise, yeah, I would probably just skip by it as well. We know supers are going to be somewhere down here in Green Bryn, either vanilla or one of the other three or 4 locations you can get to.
BajaBlood is nice.
Oh my, and only missiles.
Still no supers.
We see Baja having a chuckle about those missiles right there.
Well, now we can go to Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I suppose if the runners had gone and scouted the back and knew there were supers, you could go back and get them now. What's kind of ugly here is you're going to do the Edakuns, and you can't check the minor item that's nearby, but we're probably going to want to check the minor item that no one ever wants to check.
Yeah. And there is a benefit of having a second power bomb pack. You're not spending all this time farming in Green Bryn doing cleanup, which is absolutely huge.
Yeah, we got a screw attack, so that looks like Kupppo wasn't planning on checking the supers or the power bomb location, and that jump just decided otherwise for him. So we'll see what Baja decides to do. Yeah, Baja just a little bit behind because he's checking a few extra miners along the way, trying to find those super missiles. And it is a third power bomb pack, which is nice. It is the amount that we typically like to get to, because that gets you Crystal Flash, and it gets you Crystal Flash, and it gets you Hurricane without Ice Beam, so
Yep.
without refills. And since this is not area, we are not going to get a free refill on the elevator. But that's all we need for power bombs. We don't need any more. Ugh, Baja. Losing the wall jump going up the Etacoons.
Not happy with vanilla power bombs.
Nope.
Asking why. Kupo sees the missile at Big Pink. Not gonna pick it up. Not gonna go in. You need supers to get the item inside the Big Pink check there.
Yep.
And
Okay, so now we're to Billy Mays and we could kill Spore Spawn for supers. That is a thing we could try doing. We could go back to Billy Mays. We'd go back to Gauntlet. A lot of really awful things to do.
And the worst part about the Billy Mays check, they have to go all the way back around because there's a super door right in front of them. Yep, Kupo just realized it.
Yep. Yes, but yeah, Spore Spawn is in logic. It looks like Kupo's gonna go for Spore Spawn.
All right.
This is where, yeah. So checking. Turns out checking the back of Gauntlet would have been a really good thing. Because had they done it and had they seen supers,
they know just go right back.
They know to go right back. With Screw Attack and 15 Power Bombs, I like the Gauntlet play better.
Yeah. Because you get the guaranteed major and 2 items right there.
It looks like Baja wants to go for that. Baja's also check more stuff.
Yeah.
Kupo did not see 230 missiles, for instance. Actually, that might be the only one of them checked.
Oh, you know what? Neither one of them checked the meme route item either. On the
No, they did. They checked it.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
It was missiles.
Ah, of course it was, because, you know, we have 40 of them already.
If it is Screw Attack, then you can just go down Red Tower if you want to, because we've done everything that needs to be done in Big Pink. I guess except Wave Gate, so that would be the one thing you'd potentially be abandoning. If you end up going all the way down to Billy Mays, you can do the meme route to get back to Big Pink, so that's not so bad.
Maybe Baja's not checking Gauntlet. He didn't scout it, but he probably knows that...
Well, you're gonna get the major anyway, so this,
yeah.
I assume he's gonna just do it blind.
Yep, okay. And if it happens to not be that, he'll just drop right down to Billy Mays afterwards.
But I'm gonna guess it's either gonna be here at Gauntlet or here at Spore Spawn. I think Billy Mays is not gonna be it. Because like I said, that's logically before everything else.
Yep.
So it's more likely to be one of these later things. And, you know, the game did give us Screw Attack specifically for this. Turning off the high jump boots, this is a little bit easier, I find, without high jump boots.
Almost got a Baja.
Yeah, he's having trouble with that second delay on the wall jump. And of course, we could find supers in multiple places. They might both get a super pack.
Alright, moment of truth for Kupo.
This will be a reset if it's not here. It is not.
Wow.
That is a reset.
So now Kupo thinks it. If he hasn't thought about it, could be 230. But there's also back in the Gauntlet and Billy Mays for Kupo.
Yep.
At least this isn't like the old days of SM tournaments where your first power bombs were at Cathedral.
Well, that's pretty much gone. We took out the slowest setting,
yep.
And that's where all those were. And
that brings back so many memories.
Oh, double missiles? Okay, well.
All that.
Baja just laughing at it. I really hope he doesn't choose to go to Spore Spawn now. He is going to take these missiles. I mean, he's going to be pretty set on missiles. 55 is a lot. It means he only needs 55 supers to get to Mother Brain ammo. If he the minimum Mother Brain ammo. Of course, that does require minimum. If you have 55, you do need to do refills on the doors.
Yep.
We'll see if Kupo decides to scout the back. I imagine he'll do the front regardless as well to get the major.
Oh, you know what? I think there's an item we've forgotten about. Green Hell Zone could potentially be first super because of the power bomb pack through meme route.
Yeah, and in fact, I mean, for either one of them, well, Baja's gonna get the answer either there or at Billy Mays.
Yep.
Hopefully both of them remember that spot. Now is Kupo. Let's see if Kupo decides to go to. Yeah, he's gonna do the front, even though he's just not gonna go to the back, which is fine. You can just walk out the front.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I'm not convinced because of the time it took for him to check. I don't know that he actually saves time. Doing this. Just because, he's still got to come out. Unless he wants to reset the E-Tank, then he does save time. But at this early stage, I'm not sure I would reset the E-Tank.
We might still need that for hell runs, yeah. So I would definitely keep that E-Tank.
There we go. There's our super pack. But just one.
Of course there's another missile. Why wouldn't there be? Kupo taking a little bit of care inside Gauntlet. This acid would kill you very, very quickly.
Oh yeah. And Baja's can do exactly what I talked about and go straight over to Big Pink from here. See if he should go check Wave Gate, I would assume, from here.
Yep. Easy major check, and then he can just nope on out, continue down Red Tower, or up Red Tower, whatever he wants to do. I imagine he goes down, though.
Yeah, I mean, everything's vanilla. We don't have logical... Actually, the spring ball might... I'm not sure the spring ball jump gives us logical access in this mode, because I'm seeing CWJ is not logical in this mode. One criticism I will make of Baja right here, you have screw attack into the room, and you don't have to worry about those side hoppers.
Oh,
just be sure not to wall jump check.
Notice how he forgot to shoot the entrance door. So he's gonna have to kill the side hoppers again. What gets charged beam for it?
That's a common mistake I make. But he's got screw attack. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be very. He's okay.
Okay, so let's get the 150 shot Mother Brain fight. Of course, that doesn't count ammo. But now he doesn't have to think about it. Just get the supers that you're comfortable getting, and you know, get enough supers to where you're comfortable, and then you can just go.
Choosing not to check the Spore Spawn supers. He doesn't know it's the right call, but
yeah, I would have checked the Green Hills tube there.
That's a quick enough.
That's a quick enough check that almost everybody just does that normally.
Yep.
But you know, I mean, he doesn't technically need more. But yeah, there's no the Spore Spawn supers, even if they were supers, which would be nice, an extra super pack, which would be nice to have. Not worth the trouble.
Yeah.
We're seeing any early X-rays from our players here. Also, I don't know that he ever turned his high jump boots back on.
He did. He did.
Okay, he did?
Yeah, he
missed
did.
That. Let's say you'll be able to tell when he enters Spazer.
Yep.
Another E-tank.
That's crucial because now with 3+1, that's well, that's
I
that's
think it's
obviously
5. I think it's
it's
5 in this difficulty. It's
for
4 in season races.
for the ice beam check or just Bubble Mountain.
Oh, Bubble Mountain is probably 3, I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm just adding one E-tank to each of these things, you know?
Right.
Alright, Kupo's about to get his super missiles. Near last location.
Yep. That that disappointed look on his face, like, yeah, he knows. He is not happy about that.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen hard required first supers at Billy Mays. Just doesn't happen very often.
Get a second easy super pack at Kraid Missile. Baja can do an easier attempt at the Kraid Quick Kill.
Chat confirming what I was already assuming. Admiral E-tank for the hell runs.
Yep. So question in chat, everything is basically vanilla except for hard difficulty. So
Instead
we have
of hardest.
Yep. So we have no area,
whatever they call it.
no area shuffle, no boss shuffle, nothing like that. Just major minor. This is a pretty throwback settings here.
That was a good start on going for the Kraid quick kill, but missed. Yeah, didn't quite finish it off. Well, we're gonna get to see a few more shots here. Almost missed that shot too.
Some users in our chat would say that Kraid Quick Kill is impossible, and for a long time it was. Notably during Games Done Quick marathon runs and races, Kraid Quick Kill didn't happen for 4 or 5 years until somebody finally got it.
It's kind of shrugging his shoulders with the X-ray. Not really what you want. If we get plasma, then we can use it for microwave strats, but. I'd rather even get just that 5th E-tank here.
Yep. I think, at least with what we have available, we can reasonably deduce what's going to be at the high jump location. It will either be...
Oh, there's our 5th E-tank.
There's our 5th E-tank. Okay, I was just going to say. It was either going to be one of our 2 suits, the 5th E-tank, or Speed Booster leading to that 5th E-tank at Waterway.
Or something to get us across to wreck ship.
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
So there were choices. I mean, even something to open up X-ray. So there's a lot of different things. Pretty much anything they find was going to open up something. Just trying to think if there's anything that wouldn't. A beam. Would be nice to find one more super here just to make Crystal Flash a little bit more viable for just in case, if you're not quite ready to do those helmets. Yeah, there's that super pack. That is useful. One of the doors is a super door, so get a wave beam.
Oh, interesting.
Doesn't open anything.
Nope. So
I'm pretty certain gate glitches are in logic here, so wave beam does nothing.
So our progression is going to be at ice beam then. So these energy tanks, at least.
No, we have 5. We have 5 E-tanks. We can go.
Well,
we can do our runs.
Yeah, the first couple of them. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Oh.
I would take a save and I would go to ice beam and see what if it's. I mean, I don't even know if I need to take a save here, to be honest.
True.
This is either going to be an E-tank or it's going to be progression, and I think you want to keep either one.
Yep.
Boss says, you know what, just in case, I'm going to take a safety save, and I don't blame him.
This is always a good save scum right here, because if it's nothing, it's a quick reset. You don't have to refarm for health or anything like that. You know, you
Yeah, I
just go
suppose if
straight.
it's a reserve tank, you probably reset. I think anything else I keep.
Kupo also going for great quick kill. Oh, just barely misses it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, you can save it in those situations if he doesn't actually, because he doesn't stand up until you do 200 damage. You can actually save it if you don't get it the first time. But once you get that second bit in there, second bit of damage, then yeah, you're no longer able to. Also decides to take the X-ray. A little less hesitant about it. Plasma beam. Okay, we want to keep that.
Definitely want to keep that. Has the added bonus down the road of having a microwave now that we have all three components, but...
And this is where I'm upset about the BT fight and why I could definitely have supported not grabbing that spazer.
Yep.
And why I don't like the new settings. Okay, so we need to get a refill from somewhere. This is not enough health to go through the hell runs. He could walk over and do the refill, he could farm, or he could just plan on doing an early crystal flash. Looks like he's gonna at least go to the refill station.
It's a little bit of a time commitment either way. With my experience, that since I've with the years of doing this, I would probably just advance, go forward, and start and do the crystal flash as soon as I got to the door. But newer players in this tournament, this tournament is meant more for some of the newer players. For SM Rando, I can definitely support this choice of taking what we have dubbed the Sloater's refill.
Oops. I mean, in the end, this will take not much longer, or it might not even be longer than he already opened that. It's nice muscle memory there. Now, one could argue, do the Ice Beam Hell Run first in case there's an E-Tank here. Baja didn't do it, and Kupo's not doing it. However, in the end, it turned out to be not an E-Tank, so it didn't actually matter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have no idea what Baja has in his reserve tank, so he probably will still save before he does the Hell Run.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can attest to this as well. Even the most veteran of players, unless you're on like world record pace going 90% low strats, you're gonna take that safety save because anything can happen, and like you don't want to take the unexpected death. Oh, okay.
Baja does.
Never mind.
You've got a crystal flash, so he should be fine. He just needs to make sure he uses it if he needs it. Also, the worrisome thing about the way he's doing this is, I have no idea what's in his reserve tank, and it is not unusual for runners to be all ready to finish this, go to pop the reserve tank, and be like, oh wait, I have like 5 health in here.
Yeah, so this would be...
He's got 100. Okay, so that makes sense, because he had the one empty one at Crade, and then the one full one, but...
Which I want to say he took a ship refill for at the time.
Yeah, the first one was pretty early. I think there was a ship refill at one point.
Oh, Kupo is gonna head... is he heading back up Red Tower? Where's he going?
Probably also doing the refill here.
He was already at full.
No. He is going up Red Tower.
He might not feel comfortable with his ammo, and that might be why he's doing this.
Well, he didn't... I don't know if he scouted and didn't grab it, or just didn't think to look at the ammo item in the crate area. Because that was the super missile.
Yep,
and
he did not,
that extra super missile matters.
Yeah, he only got the second super pack from high jump boots.
Yeah.
Interesting here by Kupo. Oh,
Ooh,
we got a
space
space
jump
jump.
is nice. Okay, so
That is
now
that.
we have easy wreck ship access. I don't know if he's getting out though. This is
Oh,
tight.
he's got 2 reserves on that crystal flash. He should be fine.
Yeah, this is tight.
It is a little tight, yeah. Getting
Space
to the
jump plus screw attack makes up for a lot of things though.
yeah, getting to the refill on the way to speed booster, that might be a little tricky depending on what it takes for him to get out.
Yeah, I would take another save. Make sure you keep that space jump. That also puts X-ray into play,
Yes.
and it puts X-ray into play. It makes this free. Kupo's gonna go for this. Okay, Baja's fine. He has plenty of health to get to this refill.
Yeah. Just a bit outside.
Yeah, wow. That I don't think I've ever seen it miss so far past the item. Oh no, that's why he's not setting this up correctly.
He doesn't have the setup for it.
If you're going through the door, and I'm not saying it can't be done, but the normalized setup, okay, he's got it with the spring ball jump, but the normalized setup is to literally stand against the door there. And so I was a little surprised. Of course, I also was thinking in terms of the CWJ. The spring ball jump is probably a little more lenient.
So it took almost 30 minutes, but we finally do have that route divergence from our runners here, and we'll see which one of these pays off more. Wreck Ship, notably, historically in Super Metroid Randomizer, actually had to have some added help by adding the right side super as a major location, removing one from the high jump, just because of how weak Wreck Ship is as a check.
Absolutely. Okay, Baja gets another E-tank. And one of the locations they're going to be watching for is the this is because we only have one more major in Upper Norfair, but one of the locations we'll be looking for is the X-ray location, which Kupo's not getting for a long time unless Grapple Beam shows up here, and if the progression is at Grapple Beam, sorry, it is at X-ray. It might be a while before he gets to that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Baja's gonna do that on his way up. Looks like he's gonna. He was thinking about going back for the save. This is why I would have liked the save after the reserve tank and getting the space jump. With just that E-tank being there, it would be very, very reasonable to reset everything after getting this if this item is nothing, and just have the space jump. Whereas now he really wants to make sure he keeps this.
Like, he should be fine, but
this is
okay.
Fine. Okay, so Baja, how's your lava dive? Because that's what you should be doing next.
And now this
is absolutely go down to LN. You've got 30 supers, you got screw attack, you got full beam, almost full beam combo, everything but ice beam. I'm heading straight down to Lower Norfair out of this.
I mean, yeah, and
I farm first because we only have one tank, but
this is also double bad for Kupo because even if Gravity Suit is up here in Wreck Ship,
don't go this way with this health.
Oh,
this is okay. So this is the route you would take. I don't think he's got enough health to get through this and do a lava dive. And he does. Oh, he could Crystal Flash because he will be in a room full of power bomb droppers.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna have to. I think he can just make it with the reserve, but you still have to do the actual lava dive. There was no reason to do it this way. Mm-hmm. There's lots of really good farm spots if you go the other way. I'm not even convinced that's faster when you don't have Gravity Suit.
Baja gonna go for the energy refill right next to the
yeah. I think he's realized.
Yep, he has to do this.
There's no way this is faster than going the other way, doing a little farming. But like good improvisation. And he does have a Crystal Flash if things go wrong.
But notably, he still has not taken a safety save since his initial descent to Bubble Mountain.
Yep, he took a save before he did the space jump check.
Okay,
And speed booster for Kupo, so that'll be nice for him when he gets back to Norfair. Every possibility. If Baja finds Ice Beam, or if he wants to do, I don't know if he can do I'm gonna guess he can do a Crystal Flash Clip. So he's probably gonna need to get that unless Ice Beam shows up down here.
So Speed Booster right here is good for Kupo because he can full clear wreck ship, first go, doesn't have to worry about the reserve tank item. But I'm wondering what else could be here that would benefit Kupo at this point. Oh, Baja. Oh, I know this is a pet peeve of yours, doing the double wall jump.
Yeah, you don't need to do a wall jump off the Namihei head if you have high jump boots.
But still gets it done. Doesn't take the safety save yet, just gonna go straight down to Lower Norfair. We'll see what we find down here. Do you think he scouts Screw Attack in this case?
I would have taken a save to specifically scout Screw Attack. He needs Gravity Suit. He needs Ice or Speed. I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
But he can get out just very easily, so you don't really need to. I mean, he just he didn't need to take the save to reset. The save to reset is more if you can't get out of here.
Yep.
Just an E-Tank, but, you know, we'll take it.
He's getting closer to stand-up. I don't know if that's going to be a factor for Baja, but...
I think you take that E-Tank there because it's a nice refill. I don't think you take it for any other reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Rippers here are 99% super drops. Good refill for that.
Going for this item sucks when you don't have grapple or space jump or gravity. It's an E-Tank. Did he save? Yeah, okay, yeah, he saved. Yep. So we're going to reset that. I'm sure Kupo would have really liked to have kept that E-Tank, but that's such an annoying item to pick up if you don't have a good item to get over that way.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, Gravity Suit down here in LN, Gravity Suit in the wreck ship, or are they going to throw a curveball at us and put it either in Croc or X-Ray or something dumb like that?
Croc would probably be the worst location for either runners. I mean, with Charged Plasma, it's fine for Baja, but nobody wants to do Croc in this situation.
No, I mean, in terms of the worst locations, the worst location for Baja, without that speed booster, might be Waterway. Kupo's worst location might be X-Ray, because he still doesn't have a good way to do it.
Yep. Gonna scout the reserve item. With speed booster, probably just check it out, right? It's just the last reserve tank. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
I mean, in a major minor split, I like scouting the item first. In a full split, I don't like scouting the item first, because in a full split, you're going that way anyway, because there's an item on the way.
Yep.
But now, if I'm Kupo, I think it'd be a good play for him to go check Waterway on his way down, honestly, and hope his suit's there.
Yeah.
Because unless he gets something good, if he gets Gravity Suit or something here, then never mind. But if this is just another E-Tank, I think the play for him is to go check Waterway. Is you went to wreck ship and all you got was Speed Booster. Speed Booster opens that one item that your opponent, if he continued down, is not getting to for a long, long time. If he does just charge shots, this will be a 24-shot fight. It looks like he's switching to supers. Yeah, so wreck ship, not a complete bust. That speed booster is helpful, but not what Kupo was hoping to find.
Indeed.
So yeah, I definitely would like to see him check Waterway and hope that that's the gravity suit that he's looking for. The runners are looking for. They're both looking for gravity.
Mm-hmm.
In his case, to his mind, it could also be Various suit. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I keep forgetting he doesn't have space jump yet, because shout outs to actually not using the the bad animation for screw attack with that space jump.
Oh, Baja.
Did he take a save, LN?
He did not. And he nearly got blackout glitch. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god. You are, yeah, you are living on borrowed time. I hope this is an E-tank for him. I mean, granted, we're gonna get health bomb, but still, that's actually pretty dicey for getting out. Yeah, take the E-tank, please.
RBO possible.
Okay, Kupo's taking the save. Maybe he's gonna do an X-ray check with speed booster and high jump. That's a pretty free location because you can just run and make the jump. I'd still like to see waterway. It's possible he's thinking in terms of doing both.
Oh, that's I mean, that's probably the closest save to either check, relatively speaking.
Yes, I mean, there's nothing good for waterway because
yeah.
In terms of resetting, I'm not convinced it would be significantly faster to reset to that location for waterway.
Yeah.
I like it better for an X-ray check just because X-ray is dangerous too. So you're not just saving for the possible reset, but you're saving for the disaster possibility. But with this 4+2 tanks, not great, but I mean, like I said, speed booster plus high jump makes it pretty free.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like this waterway check though.
Yeah, with speed booster, you're pretty much just being shouted at to check this.
Well, it's not even just that it's shouting out; it's that he went to wreck ship and that's all he got.
Yep.
And what do we get? Just an E-tank.
Oh,
and there's gravity suit. Okay, so this is not go mode for Baja unless he can do a crystal flash clip. So we'll have to see what he decides to do. If he goes to the wreck ship, he'll be in really good shape because he'll get that speed booster and leave.
Yep.
He could do the first couple of checks, do the first few checks in Meridia. So that'd be Mama Turtle, it'd be the sand pit. Can't do Shack Tool, no ice, no grapple. I mean, if he could do Shack Tool, he can do Crystal Flash because he'd have to Crystal Flash for that too.
Yeah.
So if he can do that, he can do just go to Dragon.
Now, in this case, I'm pretty sure Baja does not check Quagmire at this point. He'll just be a dead check.
Yeah, I would. Okay, so I think. What would I do? I'd probably do some of the Meridia checks. I'd at least do Mama Turtle on my way up towards wreck ship.
Mm-hmm.
The sand pit is a kind of a pretty far out of the way check if you want to do that.
And of course, if your
but I like
that.
Yeah, skipping Croc here is good.
Yeah, and of course, if your progression is in neither of those two Meridia checks, you either have to do Croc or you just have to commit to wreck ship. Baja probably not either may not be comfortable or may not know the tech with Wave Beam and Plasma, or just Wave and Spazer. You can do silly tile corruption in Frog Speedway.
It's a really nice trick. I know my own personal experience is that my fingers will slip and screw it up. So it may depending on your hand size, your button arrangement changes, I think, whether it's free or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Baja saying no to Croc. He doesn't know it, but that's the right call. And he could still find Ice Beam in one of these locations.
He could.
So yeah, I'm either doing X-Ray on my way to wreck ship, or I'm doing Mama Turtle on my way to wreck ship. I don't think I do a sand pit.
No,
okay,
sand pit
it's
would
like
be... Sand pit's
it's so far out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far out of the way. Looks like he's gonna go for the X-Ray on the way to wreck ship, so it's gonna work out really well for him. Interesting if this does turn out to be Ice Beam here at X-Ray. He probably doesn't get the speed booster.
Yeah.
Kupo in the right place for his Varia suit.
It's gonna
Also of
get
note, high jump lava dive, hard required in this seed.
Yep.
Since the gravity suit was down there. Yeah, we're not taking
okay. That was the last reserve tank. Okay. So that means our ice beam is either at Mama Turtle E-Tank.
Somewhere in Meridia, or at Croc. Croc or Meridia.
Yeah, Croc or Meridia. Yep.
What's really nice for Baja is he's not going to have to do anything in Wreck Ship except those right supers. I mean, everything's on path for Kupo too, as long as he doesn't go do Croc. What do you... Okay, no, I just wanted to check X-ray. He's going to go into Meridia. This I don't like. Pick one. Pick one. And I'll give some time back to Kupo. I was going to do this Crystal Flash here to make sure he can keep that space jump. And the nice thing for him is that he did... since he had the Crystal Flash, he was able to get there pretty easily. Turn your reserves back on, though, please.
Yes. Yes, do that.
So if this is Ice Beam, Baja just keeps going. We'll see if he chooses to do this. The Sand Pit is the only thing that I think is really bad out of the way. Because if this Ice, he's just in go mode. It's an E-Tank. He says no. Not sure why he's checking the ammo item. You've got almost full beam combo. You got the 24-shot Mother Brain fight.
He's going up. Okay, this is...
Well, this is the decision point here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the Sand Pit.
Now, this might work out routing-wise if it's exactly Grapple Beam, because then he can just scout Shack Tool right there and then.
I think Grapple Beam would be the worst thing he could find.
Yeah,
if it's Ice Beam,
yeah,
if it's Ice Beam, even if Shack Tool is Ice Beam, I think that's terrible.
Yeah,
it's Shack Tool.
Oh,
you don't want to do that.
100%, yeah.
If this is Ice, you just go around, and if it's not Ice, you reset and you go up to Wreck Ship.
Mm-hmm. It's also possible that Ice Beam is at Space Jump or at Plasma Beam, which would be hard locked by the speed booster on the right side of the
exactly.
ship.
Well, yeah. If Baja had gone straight to Wreck Ship, I would have definitely put him in the lead. And if it with the way things have gone now it's hard to say. I mean, Kupo's about to get.
Oh no!
Just reset, just go. No, reset.
He's not.
Okay, I'm really confused. You should take that grapple beam, and then reset and get to the Wreck Ship from there. Like this is not going to be faster.
He is thinking his life choices right now.
Well, yeah, I don't know why this is taking so long. Like, either pick up that grapple. Once you skip the grapple beam, you've skipped it. Just reset. Go to Wreck Ship. Sitting there and not moving is never a good decision, ever. I don't care what your situation is.
I think he's trying to think about what he has available to him, and okay, let's see where he goes from here.
It should be obvious what's available.
It should be, but
yeah, the Wreck Ship is. So if Kupo can skip Croc, he's very much in this. Yeah, good luck on one. Yeah, we got the one shot. Yeah, one shot.
Hey!
But he still needs some. He's gonna need some supers for the Wreck Ship, if that's assuming that's where he's going.
Luckily, there's a Zebo farm spot right in front of the next green gate, so he should be fine there.
Yeah, I think that's why it's there. Like the game, when you, in terms of vanilla, the game puts enemies in places for things that you need. Like, be it, the violas for the power bombs right before you go down to Lower Norfair, or like these Zebos like you were talking about.
Oh, don't
Okay, but
don't shoot.
that's not how you can't farm that way because once because when he still needs more supers. Like he
Yep.
needs more than just this one super. He needs one more. Yeah, he needs one more. Although he's got screw attack, so he can kill the Ripper, and
He
the Rippers are favored to
needs.
drop supers.
Yeah, so he can get one in front of the wreck ship door, and after that it's the atomics, but they have a pretty low drop rate for supers.
Now he does need two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he chooses not to farm the cack attacks as well. Cack attacks have
Yeah,
a 1%
this is just
drop rate.
inexperience at this point.
Yep.
Okay, you know what he says? He said, you know what? I'm just gonna refill.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate because you don't need 30 supers for Fantoon. You don't need any. With this loadout, he can just microwave Fantoon. Even if you don't use the microwave, it's a pretty free 3-round.
Mm-hmm. Also, I want to welcome in everyone coming in from SpeedGaming 3. We have Super Metroid Choozo bracket stages going on here. Let's give our runners a shout out. Make sure to give them a follow. We got Kupppo and BajaBlood. You can also follow my co-com Tracy. You can also follow our tracker today, Jestro Zooks. You can follow me as well if you wish.
And of course, Jestro, the true MVP of our little broadcast, because we need those trackers. Trackers always the MVPs. Let's see who gets into go mode first. Now, Kupo's going to have a shorter distance over to Meridia from where he's going to get his go mode. Is doing the check over here for gravity suit at at GT, which I think is fine. It's really hard to. I mean, if you skip gravity suit here, you're essentially skipping gravity suit.
Yeah.
And the seed really doesn't allow you to skip gravity suit. You'd have to do a suitless crystal flash clip because because ice is behind speed somewhere most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's a croc.
Let's see if Baja knows the setup to do the microwave on Fantoon.
Yeah, the microwave here is not free. You need to actually open the eye first with the missiles, and then you can do it. It's not like the Dragon or the Bot Wound fight.
Mm-hmm. There is also a common misconception about Fantoon and his enraged state. It's not specifically how much damage you do; it's whether or not you use a super.
It's specifically supers.
Yep.
There we go.
Nicely done.
Otherwise, the free 2-round that comes with a full beam combo and missiles would not exist.
Kupo taking the safety save at Lower Norfair. 7 E-tanks with Varia's suit should be fine.
And high jump.
Yep.
High jump and screw attack make a difference.
Yep. Does not have that plasma though, which that shouldn't really matter.
Yeah,
too
he
much.
never went to Ice Beam, did he?
Yep. So he's got 25 supers and 15 power bombs. I mean, he'll kill Ridley just fine.
That's not going to be significant for the Ridley fight necessarily, although he will want to supplement with missiles rather than charge shots for the Ridley fight. I'm more concerned about the Mother Brain fight. Like he's got what we call the bad math beam, 86 shots.
Yep.
Because it's the only one that doesn't divide into 18,000. Thanks, Metroid developers. Whereas Baja is just going to have a 24-shot fight. Even if Ice Beam shows up, I mean, that'll be more significant for Kupo because it'll get him down to 60. Baja, you're in go mode.
Oh, you know what? This actually might be inexperienced with routing. Forgotten Highway is a route into
Please
Meridia.
Don't go Forgotten Highway. Forgotten Highway is never, ever faster going forward. There are some very niche cases where it's faster from going from the back.
Mm-hmm. But since Forgotten Highway just spits you out at the tube in Red Bryn, there's no reason to go down.
Yeah, I mean,
Highway.
If you could argue if this were Boss Rando and Dragon was dead. I've heard some arguments for it being faster in that situation. I don't know if anybody's ever tested it. Kupo starting his Ridley fight. Gonna use all the supers, looks like, first, and then switch over to missiles. I don't know how many supers he came in with. I know his max is... Well, because he got another one on his way down.
Yep. Super's
So...
a shame.
Oh, is
But
that... Yeah, because Baja didn't check that. That makes
yep.
sense. We'll have to... Assuming he came in with... Well, I don't know what he came in with. He probably need to supplement one or two.
Mm-hmm. A nicely done fight there by Kupo. Gets his 8th energy tank.
Yeah, it doesn't really need that E-Tank.
Yep. If he wants to do stand-up, the 8th E-Tank is handy, but with your beam layout, it's probably not worth doing.
Yeah, we know he's not getting plasma. He's going to be in go mode in about 3 minutes.
Yep. As soon as he gets the fire fleas.
And now we can officially call Baja in the lead because he's going to get back over here to Meridia faster. Also, Kupo might check the... Yeah, I don't know if I would check Mama Turtle. I mean, maybe looking for a better beam. And Baja's just not going to because he's already done that. They'll both get the check at Bauni tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kupo really needed Baja to be baited by that grapple beam into Shack Tool.
That certainly would have drawn the two closer, but I don't know if it would have been enough. It would have been really close. And it of course, would have worked out better for Kupo if Baja had reset, gone back for the grapple, and then checked it.
Yeah. It was definitely some thinking time there.
Yep.
And my advice is even if you need thinking time, make sure you're doing something while you're thinking. Sitting there in the sand was not doing Baja any good there.
And at the 55-minute mark, just a couple minutes behind, Kupo now in go mode with the gravity suit. I did not see what was that energy tank there.
Looks like an E-Tank.
Okay.
Look very vanilla. I can see the argument for checking the Dragon item. More so for Kupo. The Ice Beam would be of bigger use to him, and he's seen more locations that aren't Ice Beam. Whereas Baja has 3 items in the wreck ship that could be Ice Beam on top of all the Meridia stuff.
Yep.
That should be a very quick microwave here.
Baja having the heads-up knowledge to kneel, start the microwave, because when you kill Dragon with a kill shot, you are forced into a stand-up position, so he knows that as his indicator.
Chooses not to check the item. Chooses to check the item.
Bombs?
I would take bombs. If I went that kind of... I know, actually, if we're not getting Ice Beam, bombs don't really help you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be using power bombs on the Metroids. So. He should refill at the ship unless he gets some drops to allow him to... He needs at least one more power bomb.
Yeah.
If he gets a drop to get him to 12, I could see not refilling at the ship.
So we have the one major unaccounted for, which is Ice Beam.
Yep.
It's either at Crocomire, at Plasma Beam, or at Shack Tool.
Now, if I was planning on doing ice beam Metroids, then the bombs can actually be useful.
Yes. Given our time situation, we're looking at about, I'd say about a 106 for Baja, and Kupo, oh, he's going to make some ammo checks because of his beam situation.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's a fair thing to do, but it's not ideal.
yeah, probably looking at about a 110-ish if things stand as they are. And of course, if things continue as they are, Baja will go up 1-0 in the 3-game set. This is a best of 3 series. Game 2 will be following Game 1. So stay tuned, stay right here at SpeedGaming 2. We'll be back to call the Game 2 here.
Yep, and game 3 will follow game 2. Assuming this game stays where it's at, and Kupo, if he were to win game 2. Given some of the boss fights that Baja's had, and the lack of saving, that's the one thing about SM is a Mother Brain Death can really get things close very quickly. And Baja's last save, I think, was still that spot in Upper North Fair, right before he got the space jump. So I don't blame him for not saving. He's got 12 power bombs, like I said, so that's enough to do the Metroid rooms. Just has to make sure he doesn't make a mistake on the rooms 2, 3, and 4 are pretty easy. I kind of like having that extra leeway just in case something happens in room 1. Sometimes that fourth Metroid just doesn't quite make his way over. But I might have just farmed the crabs to get me to 13 or so.
Yeah.
He probably farmed. I didn't see if he farmed to get to 12 because he had 11.
Might have been, might have just been an incidental drop. There's also if he mistakenly places a power bomb incorrectly and doesn't kill the Metroids and then has to rely on a drop, that could also be a small time loss here. Like that power bomb, for instance.
Yeah, I think that one was fine, but this first room, that their very first Metroid can troll you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Still has exactly enough. Kupo having just a little bit of an issue with the Dragon here, but
yeah, unfortunately without the plasma, he doesn't have the microwave. Doesn't have the grapple beam for easy. So he has to either do ammo / charge beam or do speed booster strats.
Mm-hmm. And did not get a single powerbomb drop for the Metroid, so if he did not come in...
I think he might have actually gotten one in the first room, and he didn't pick it up. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure. It went away too quickly. I should say he went through the door too quickly before I could say for sure if it was a drop or not.
Well, if he did, he would have been bailed out, but if he didn't, not getting that one would have cost him a lot of time.
Kupo says no to the bombs.
And of course, with some lesser experienced runners, I don't think we'll see many baby skip attempts from our runners in this particular matchup.
Okay, so quick lesson in math. If you're not going to refill your missiles, use a super there. Supers do 300 damage, 5 missiles do 500 damage. Gonna take a safety. You didn't take a safety save here. You didn't take a safety save before Ridley, but it's gonna take a safety save before Mother Brain. Okay. I feel like this is an easier fight. Okay, good. He used the super for the second door.
Is doing the math. 2 missiles, 3 supers. Fastest way to kill the Zeptites in this case.
Well, most efficient way. I don't know if it's. I think 4 supers is faster, but this will save more ammo. And here I would have gone with just 4 supers. There's so much ammo.
Yep.
Switch to supers. Switch to supers. Please switch to supers. Okay, don't switch to supers. Yeah, maybe he's gonna save those last 16 supers for the end of the MB2 fight, but with this beam combo, I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, with 750 damage per charge shot, I would.
This is a 24 shot fight. It is still faster, like the fastest way. It is, optimally speaking, 60 supers versus full beam combo is basically the same.
Yep.
Yeah, Kupppo has to refill here. He doesn't literally have to because he does have charge beam, but that ammo count is not what you want to be going into Turian with.
Right. Baja deciding to add some lag to the fight by firing ammo as the beam comes out. As a member of the Waste the Frames Foundation, I agree with that call. Of course, being a former speedrunner of this game, you look for any ways possible to just save time playing the game that you can. Door transitions, like anything fewer on screen as possible. That was a sentence.
When good sentences go bad.
Yep.
Kupppo turning off screw attack like he's gonna go for an ice zeb skip. Probably a little bit of muscle memory there. Maybe he's, actually, in all fairness, maybe he's turning off to grab these Metroids easier. It is a little bit easier. I don't personally think it's worth doing it that way. Like, I like having the option of screw attacking to save health if I need to. And because once they latch onto you, it doesn't matter if you're using screw attack anymore at that point.
Correct. Screw attack will save you from energy drain, if that's a thing. If you have fewer E-tanks.
Yes.
Yeah. But it serves no other purpose.
It just, if you're not doing zeb skip, like I think that's a perfect. I think turning it off there is fine if you got ice beam for zeb skip. If you're not doing zeb skip, then I think it's just a waste of a menu. I think the menu time would probably be more than the extra time to actually get the Metroids to latch onto you with screw attack. Yeah, vanilla escape, so don't get too excited. Actually, I don't think you can do the random escape on non-area anyway.
You know what? That's something I never considered. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Apparently, chat saying we can, but because I thought the non-vanilla escape just had you go through area transitions, but.
Chat's asking if they save or kill the animals. I have never, except in a losing situation, seen a runner voluntarily save the animals.
No, you never watched Ponk play or Blue Plasma Spark?
True.
Those are the only 2 runners I know that are habitual animal savers, even if they're ahead. Neither one of them, unfortunately, neither one has been particularly active in the community in the last couple years, but shout outs to those guys.
Get your
And
GGs in chat. Baja finishes first place, official race time GG time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 39 seconds.
it does look like Kupo's going to finish this out. He's close enough to done that I think that's fine.
And, oh, Kupo's going with your method, just fires 4 supers on the Zeb.
Yeah, he
right
should
away.
be saving his ammo, because he could use that ammo on Mother Brain too. But, I mean, not that big. Because he's got that bad beam, the bad math beam. So, 86 shots minus the ammo shots. Might as well fire off all those missiles first. He's gonna just fire off all the supers. Is not gonna save the 15 to not have to count. The argument for doing the supers first is that the ketchup beam is a little bit more predictable, a little bit easier to dodge, even though it's much more deadly. The argument for leaving the 15 supers for the end is that you don't have to count. Just wait till the ketchup beam fires, and then you just fire those 15 supers. So, personal runner preference. Okay, let's see if we can see what that ice beam is. Yeah, I guess the supers is what made this progression speed slow, because really that was the only...
It seems like that's a pretty fast seat otherwise. And
yeah.
And I know I'm just going to play, Monday morning quarterback here. If you just check Billy Mays right away, you find the supers right away, you don't have an issue. You're not spending, 5, 6, 7,
but
8
no one
minutes.
does that.
Exactly.
No one does that.
Exactly.
Like, I could count on my hands the number of times that Billy Mays has been the answer and only the answer, so...
Oh, be careful here, Kupo. You take another ketchup hit, and that will be a GG. Looking good, though.
Okay, well, where's that ice beam? Ice beam at grapple beam. Okay, so Croc had ice.
As they say, always bet on Croc, except when you don't. Oh, weird. Like, it hasn't really been noticeable for most of the race, but I'm now seeing some weird artifacting with Kupo's capture card on the bottom end of the screen there. Like, that didn't happen at all for the race. But now Mother Brain is like, hi. And 44%. So we will be bringing in the runners for interviews after the match, after the series. So we'll just take a short break and go straight to game 2 after the conclusion of this race.
Alright, Kupo in the escape. For those of you in chat that might want to see an animal save, you might see it here.
It's possible. And chat theorizing routing. Yeah, there is a quote from Captain Picard of Star Trek Next Generation. It is possible to make no mistakes and still lose. That has never rang more true than in Randomizer. Like you can do everything correctly and just still end up on the losing end, and through no fault of your own. And that's just Randomizer being Randomizer.
Okay, little bit. Okay, for those of you that are watching this on YouTube later, we have. Are you sure Picard is correct? Like, do we have data on that? And if any of you know the episode, you know the joke, and we'll leave it at that.
Yep. So Kupppo did take a forfeit to finish off the race, but does finish with an unofficial time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, 51 seconds. So GG's to Kupppo. Like I said earlier, we're going to take a short break and we're going to move on to game 2. So stay tuned for that.
All
right. Before that, though, is there anything we want to quickly wrap up with here? Or should we just...